Hi, I'm Laurie with Pilates Plus, and today I'm taking you through a 15-minute workout using the Pilates Allegro Reformer. We are a full-service studio offering classes all the time, and if you have equipment at home and are not accessible to our studio, we have an online video database. For $25 a month, you can access all of these videos. We are now adding in reformer classes. So here's a little snippet of what we do in a class. I'm going to finish. So if you've warmed up and you finished your workout, this is something that we would do towards the end of our workout when the muscles are warm. So I'm going to have a blue spring on, and I'm going to kneel down on the carriage facing forward. So one blue spring, I hook it on, feet come up against the shoulder horns. So as I'm sitting back into my heels, I'm thinking about tucking the tailbone in and finding my great posture. We're going to stay here for a moment in the hero pose. So I want to feel your abdominals lift, your chest rise up, and your gaze look forward. I want to feel that. All right, let's grab the straps and see if we can find that position. If you're lucky enough to have double loops, you're going to be in the small loops. If not, one single loop is good too. Here we go. So I'm drawing the shoulders down. I'm going to let the arms reach back so I feel that uprightness, tuck in the tailbone, and with balance and control, we're going to rise up off of our heels. So we need to watch ourselves here as we move the arms. It's the forward movement that will need the most balance and focus and consciousness. So as we lift our arms up to shoulder height, we want to come just underneath the shoulders, open into the wide, second, no wider than your foot bar, and down. So we got quarter circles here, up, open, and down. And you know breath work is most important. So we're breathing and exhaling through the nose. Or we're breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Let's do the other direction. Pilates is about freedom of breath through movement, freedom of movement without restriction. So if you're feeling something not working here, we have all different modifications throughout our class. Always take yourself to that particular modification that works best for you. So draw the shoulders down, tuck in that tailbone, start to sit back into that hero pose and let the arms fall back behind you. So I'm going to put the straps down. I'm going to switch up to a red spring and I'm going to kneel down facing the other direction. I'm going to have the knees directly up against the shoulder horns. My toes are pointed so that I'm pressing down to the shins, but if that bothers your feet, you can also curl your toes under. So we're going to grab the straps. So just like you need balance facing the front, you need balance facing the back. So here, as you move out, you have to always be thoughtful and mindful of your core with your shoulders back and your height nice and tall. We're holding above the black tape with the ropes to the outside. And when we pull the straps back, we feel the balance of our body. When we release, we don't want to let go of that. We want to keep it. So let's do that 4 more times. Inhale and exhale. Now I want you to tuck in your tailbone, round through the lower back and round the upper body to look forward. So you're kind of sitting back. Again, you can curl your toes under if you choose. Bring the arms back and we're doing tricep kickback. Firing up the core, stabilizing through the thighs. We have 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Come all the way up and release your straps. So we're going to stay facing this direction. And we're going to do an exercise called reversed abdominals. So when we sit here, we're going to sit close to the shoulder horns so that we're going to have a full access to the mat behind us. We're taking the large loops, if you have them, and placing above the knee. So if you've taken a Pilates class, you're familiar with rolling like a ball. And this is how we're going to get into that position. We're going to grab the thighs, round forward, and start to roll back. As you roll back, Feel the lower back come in contact with the mat and then lift the heels. It's very scary to roll back. You always think you're going to fall, but you're not. You didn't do it in rolling like a ball. So shoulders are down, eyes are looking forward. We're going to fire up the deep intrinsic lower abdominal muscles. Reach those arms straight out. Slowly reach the legs away, and then on your exhale, draw it in from the heart all the way in till the knees are over the hips. Let's do that again. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. We're going to hold here. Give yourself a chest lift. Feel the legs press into your hands. Lift your chest up. Drop your tailbone down so you're protecting your lower back. Taking the hands behind the head. A little bit of crisscross. We're going to roll all the way over to one side. Come back to the center. Keep the legs absolutely still. And and 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab the legs, little press in, elbows out to the side. Start to lower the legs down, and we roll on up. Great job. So we're taking the straps off, and we're going to place them down. I'm going to raise up the headrest, and I'm going to add a spring on. So we got one red, I'm going to add a blue spring on. We're going into feet and straps. All right, so when we lie down, you always lie down on one side, grab the shoulder horn and roll over onto your back. Shoulder horns should be right in line with the shoulders. And you're going to reach back and place the straps on your feet. So hopefully before this, you warmed up with a little bit of footwork and so forth. So tabletop legs, arms reaching long. All right, so we stretch the legs all the way out and draw them back in. So we're going to do this 4 more times, but I need you to keep all of this still. 3 and 2 and legs out straight. We're going to bring the heels together and turn out from the hip socket. Again, keeping this nice and still. The legs, you want to make sure that the clips are on the inner knees. That way you don't go too wide, especially if you have very mobile hips. And if you don't have mobile hips, this is a goal. And 2 more. And 1. Parallel feet, and we're going to lift the legs up towards the ceiling and around. So we're going to do some leg circles. All of this requires 200% of your abdominals, 200% of your focus, and every ounce of patience as you move through each of the exercises. We don't want to powerhouse and use our larger muscle groups. We want you to dig deep and find those smaller intrinsic muscles. Let's go the other way. So bending the knees, and we're going to come on out of the straps again, 1 foot at a time. Hands now are going into the straps. We're going to do a little bit of jumping jacks. So fingertips are right up towards the ceiling, legs are together, and we're just going to lift the toes right up off the foot bar. Take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, you come up in a chest lift, and the legs extend out over the foot bar. We open the arms and open the legs. Can you do 2 more? I can. 1 and 2, and knees come in, and we lie back down. Fantastic. Straps go on. Let's roll over to one side and come up. So I'm going to still keep the red and blue, but if you want to work your abdominals more, you're going to drop it down to a red and yellow. We're standing on top of the carriage. And this is called elephant stretch. I don't put the heels up against the shoulder horns. I like to take it a little bit out of the shoulders. So heel of the hands are on, all 10 fingers facing forward, no gripping. Tuck in the tailbone round so your head is in between your arms. We lift up the toes and we push the carriage out with our heels. I have a slight bend to the knees so that I feel the hamstrings stretch and lengthen. And exhale, lift. You want to lift that belly. Yes, we got 2 more. And last one, we bring it in. Great job. Now let's make it a little more challenging. We're going to raise the heels. And now we call this in gyrokinesis bridge pose. Similar to downward facing dog in yoga, but it doesn't have that same sensation. So we're going to move into plank. Draw the shoulders down, send the carriage out, reach your chest forward. Exhale, scoop the belly and lift back up again. We're inhaling, exhaling. I want to go out and hold. All right, tuck in the tailbone, bend the knees. We're going to bend the knees, bring it in and press out. One more, 10. Jackrabbit. Lift the belly up, come all the way back in. Step forward and down. So changing the springs to one red, one yellow. We're going to place one foot to the front and one foot to the back. Shoulders down, hips tucked under, eaves lunge. Nice and easy stretch for the hip flexors and abdominals. We want to lift the chest up. So this is all about the feels. You want to be able to feel the stretches. And if you don't, maybe a subtle change will. So I want you to send the carriage out about halfway, push into one hand, reach that arm up. And we're going to go into a revolve twist. So draw the shoulder down, lift it up, and we're going to push into the opposite hand as you turn. Let that arm fall. Great job. Bring it all the way back and scoop the belly. So we have a modification for the next 5. You can stay here and continue here or give the next one a whirl. And then if you need to, go back. You're taking the knee all the way back to the shoulder horn. You need to have your knee right up against it. All right, so it's a wider lunge. All right, your foot is flexed. Keep slipping. And shoulders are down. All right, so here we go. Maybe just a little bit we go out and we scoop to come back in. Just a little deeper, feeling into that quad and hip flexor. And 3. And 2. And 1, we're gonna hold. So we're gonna do the revolved. Ready? Arm reaching out, arm comes up, push into it, give me a nice spiral, let that arm fall down. If you found your heel, beautiful, pull it towards you. Lift your chest, maybe grab your foot and pull that towards you. Beautiful. Let it go. Good, and come back in. Let's go around to the other side. Nice work. That's a tough one, right? So let's walk around to the other side. So I always tell my clients we have good sides and gooder sides. And just so you know, this is just my good side. Lift your chest up, tuck that belly under, and let's again slowly press out. And bring it back in. You always want to show your body love and respect. Just like you show the world love and respect, you want to treat yourself the same. So if something doesn't feel right to you, it might be just for that day. Love yourself in the space that you're in right this moment. You're inhaling, lifting that chest, exhaling, bringing it back in. So this one, you're going to stay out. Again, everybody has a season, and we are in a season So reach out. And it's not the fall season because we are not going to fall down. It's the spring up season, right? Reach all the way out. Maybe it's always spring. Feel your chest reach and those fingertips reach even more as the arm comes back and you come back. Scoop the belly. Are you taking it to the next level on this one, or are you going to stay and humble yourself and do what your body needs? So remember, in Pilates, less is always more. Less movement, more work. Less spring, more work. So tuck in that belly, feel the lift, flex that foot, and send the carriage out. If you have a mirror, always look at it. You want to make sure your heel is heading directly to your butt and not heading off into another direction. You always want to make sure your form is correct. I know it's difficult to look at ourselves in a mirror, but we need to. And when you look into the mirror and you watch yourself going through a movement or through an exercise, you always look at yourself again with that love and respect. Stay out, push into that arm, reach out, up. Let's push into that hand and spiral and reach back. Again, if you feel your foot, hold it. Lift your chest up, draw it in. Maybe we point. Beautiful work. We let it go. Bring that arm back. Scoop the belly and come all the way back in. Nice deep breath as the arms come up. Yawn like you just woke up. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, we have a full access to videos, and for only $25 a month, you can exercise every day with all our teachers. We have a plethora of mat, gyrokinesis, movement, resistable bands, rollers, and now the reformer. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you soon.